All right, hey, welcome back to the channel. Hey, we've got a surprise for you today. We're getting ready to list this amazing townhouse right in the heart of the Ballard neighborhood. What I want to show you today is actually what it takes to get a property on the market and what it costs to really clean up and make a property shine. As we walk through today, I want to show you some of the things that we look for when we're listing properties and how to really maximize your value in your home when you're getting ready to list. So here we go. Stick with me. Let's go take a look. All right, so this property, the previous owners just moved out. I have not seen the inside. We have not touched it. And so as we walk through, we're really just going to be pointing out things that you need to accomplish prior to listing in order to maximize the potential of this house. The front approach is always a crucial thing to be paying attention to because that's going to be the first thing that potential clients and buyers are going to see as they're walking into the front door. This townhouse does have some outdoor space. So we could use a little bit of staging. We could use some potted plants. We could use some flower beds. We're going to work through that, but this is definitely a space that we're going to want to highlight as we list this property. Okay, as we walk in, now you can hear it's very echoey because this property has just recently had all the furniture pulled out with the exception of this bed frame. So as you can see, we definitely have some work to do just to get it to really shine and look like a property that people are going to want to buy. The layout of this townhouse does have 2 bedrooms on the main floor. And so one of the things we have to think about is bringing in as much light as we possibly can while still highlighting that it does have some privacy. So as we're walking through here, it does have 3 windows, which is great because you do get that natural sunlight. We're going to clean those up and then we're going to add probably some sheer shades. And the sheer shades are going to allow us to have a little bit of extra privacy, but we'll be able to bring up those shades for showings and for open houses so people can really see the natural light come into these 2 bedrooms, but also have that little bit of privacy from all the foot traffic that's coming through on this street. All right, this townhouse was built in 2015. Now, it's not the newest townhouse, but it's also not the oldest. And one of the things that we really want to maximize is the fact that it does have contemporary finishes. And in fact, it actually has finishes, especially in the kitchen, that are much more in line with what's being built now versus what was being built a couple of years ago. So some of these design trends are actually coming back, especially like the natural wood design of the cabinets, the clean tile that's got a little bit of color. What was happening, during the COVID time period was that everything was white and bland and sterile. Now we're seeing a lot more wood come back into the design work for many of the townhouses in the area. So this is going to fit really nicely with the new inventory. We're going to make sure that all of the staging that we bring in is going to fit the architecture and design of this unit. So what we really do want to stay away from is bringing in traditional type furniture versus something more contemporary or transitional, which is going to match the boxy lines and the floor plan of this particular unit. So that's going to be one way that we're really going to maximize the fact that this does have a beautiful kitchen. It's got a beautiful open concept, which a lot of people are looking for. Now we just need to match the right type of furniture and staging to really bring this unit back to life. One thing that is important is to make sure that the property before it's listed is accessible to as much of the buyer pool as possible. So ways that we can do that is to bring in the right staging for the space, but also to declutter and neutralize. So as you can see here, we're obviously going to remove any of the clutter that's been left, even things like TV boxes, anything that doesn't look quite right. Anything that's just clutter needs to go. So whether that's personal pictures, whether that's extra boxes in the garage, whether that is just cluttered closets, it's gotta go. Now, the other thing we can do is start to neutralize the space. And when we're neutralizing the space, what we're doing is we're taking any sort of accent walls or any loud type fixtures, and we're gonna take those down to a much more neutral level. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna allow potential buyers to see the space for what it is without being distracted by things that would have been preferential to the previous owner. So this wall here, although it does bring a lot of cheer into the room, yellow is not always a color that everybody loves. And so we're going to bring in our painter and we're going to neutralize that wall so that it doesn't turn off any potential buyers that might be interested in the space but are currently getting distracted by those types of features. All right, so you might notice as we enter this third story here, we actually have a couple of different types of lighting. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of the lighting and we're gonna make sure that it matches. We have fluorescent white lighting. The other rooms actually have yellow lighting that's much softer. So one of the things that we'll do, and we will discuss this with our stager, is really trying to maximize the type of lighting with the furniture and with the architecture and design of the home. So you really want all of the lights to match. This will give a cohesive feel, and it's not going to be something that most buyers notice, but subconsciously when you walk through the house, it's going to feel much better, much more cohesive, and it's going to help you maximize the price and get the best terms possible. All right, so the name of the game today is taking an already great unit and maximizing the potential with as little money as possible, trying to be cost efficient and thoughtful about all of the upgrades we're going to do. Again, blinds are down. They've got great window coverings, which we're going to vacuum, dust, make sure they're nice and clean for the next owners. And then we're going to make sure that the carpeting and flooring is spotless. Of course, somebody could come in and vacuum and carpet clean prior to moving in, but if we take care of that before we list, it's one less thing for buyers to worry about, and it will increase the chances of getting an offer that is the best that it possibly can be. All right, so now we're in the primary bathroom, and it is a great floor plan. It's got great space in here. You've got the dual vanity plus the full wet room. As you can see, there are some mineral stains on the glass. And so that is something that when we have our cleaner come in, we're gonna make sure that it looks absolutely spotless, zero watermarks. All the grout and tiling is gonna be cleaned up so that it looks brand new, so we can compete with that premium that those new townhouses are trading for. So we're gonna spend a little bit of attention to detail when it comes to the tile work and just the general cleaning of the spaces to make sure that it feels and smells like it's brand new. Welcome to the rooftop deck. Right up here has actually been maximized in ways that most other townhouses have not. So much to offer on this space here. When we're preparing the property, we need to make sure we have the right media team that is absolutely knocking it out of the park, because these types of views, it's these kind of amenity spaces that you have to highlight to make sure that the buyer pool knows that this property has so much to offer. So we're going to spend a little extra time getting the deck ready to make sure that people know that they do have that outdoor space. We're going to take some amazing photos and capture the territorial views, which are really going to add to the spiciness of this listing and add some value and make sure that the buyers are getting an incredible unit and it's being portrayed for what it is. All right, so it is so important when you are selling real estate to have the right team in place to help support your listings, help your clients get the most value for their homes. Now I'm here with Raul from KSM Builders. He is here to help us out. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so hey everybody, my name is Raul with KSM Builders. I'm a pre-owned general contractor out here in the Pacific Northwest. We deal anywhere from King County to Pierce County. But today we're helping out Jacob here with his quick fixer-upper that we're gonna put some brand new paint on, get this ready for the new clients, and help them out with this process. And one thing was that he reached out to me last night, and he told me, hey, can you come out here as soon as possible? And we came out here and made it happen, because we really want to take care of our agents and our brokers.
And it could not be better than that, because that's what you need. You need somebody who's quick, who's timely, does good work, and for reasonable prices with a spirit of excellence. So hey, thanks so much for helping us pick this up, and we'll see you at the listing.